like that. Come on.
And now we go to a Fox News alert. Russia launching its largest air attack on Ukraine ever with deadly results. And for the first time in the war, a Russian strike hit a government building in Kiev.
Let's get right to Trey Yingst, live in Ukraine's capital, outside a residential building that took a direct hit. Trey.
Yeah, guys, good morning. Overnight, Russia launched a massive drone attack against Ukraine, the largest since their invasion of Ukraine back in February of 2022. One of the buildings behind me was hit by those drones. 3 people at this location were killed, and rescue workers right now are digging through the debris looking for anyone else buried under the rubble. The president of the EU Commission said, quote, "Once again, the Kremlin is mocking diplomacy, trampling international law, and killing indiscriminately." Many EU leaders have spoken out today, understanding that there was a key escalation overnight by the Russians. Not only did Russia target major civilian buildings in the capital of Kyiv, but they also targeted for the first time a government building, the Cabinet of Ministers building, and it was significantly damaged. Smoke was rising this morning from the Ukrainian skyline as rescue workers went into that building to try to determine what the extent of that damage was. But again, today, crews are in different areas across the Ukrainian capital, surveying the damage, looking for anyone else who is possibly buried under the rubble. And European leaders are calling out Russian leadership for this massive attack against their neighbor. Guys, back to you.
Hey, Trey, quick question for you. It was only a couple weeks ago that there was a lot of hope for a peace accord between these two countries. What do you think these attacks, what kind of impact will they have on President Trump and his efforts and sort of just the feeling of hope that we had, again, just a few weeks ago?
We know that Russian President Vladimir Putin has tried to sell President Trump a false reality of what's actually happening on the ground here in Ukraine. It's been nearly 1,300 days of war following that Russian invasion of February of 2022. And just last month, Russian President Vladimir Putin flew to Alaska to meet with President Trump, and he appeared open where President Trump was trying to reach a ceasefire deal. The Russians ramped up their attacks on Ukraine. Late last month, they assaulted this city with so many missiles and drones it led to the deaths of 18 civilians, including 4 children. One of the victims overnight was a baby. And so while the president in the United States is working to reach some sort of accord that would lead to a de-escalation across Eastern Europe and a ceasefire agreement, President Putin in Russia is moving forward with these attacks on Ukrainian cities, making the prospect of peace even that further away. Guys?
Thank you, Trey.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it. Great report. Turning now to your headlines. Protesters seen taking to